lovelies, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, what's up, my name's Courtney Marie. I'm back at it again, same look, same outfit. I'm doing a lot of pre-filming today, so you are going to see this face a little bit in my next few videos. But as you can tell from the title, I'm going to be talking about 5 forgotten palettes on the chopping block. I'm going to open up the palettes, have a look at the color scheme, swatch them, and I'm going to decide what I'm going to be keeping, what I endeavor to use more, and if it's just something that it's time to get rid of. So just because these palettes are in this video doesn't mean they're products I don't love. I just have a large collection. I think I'm up to like 60 something palettes at the moment, and obviously there are a lot of nooks and crannies that palettes can hide in, especially when you have a large collection like I do, and sometimes things get lost. So it doesn't mean I don't love them, it just means that I need to revisit them and see if it's something that I want to keep and endeavor to use more. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. It is sort of raining on and off outside, so if you can hear the rain, I do apologize. The first palette I have to talk about is the, I don't know if it's Douce or Douce palette, whatever it is, by Juvia's Place. This is what she looks like. Absolutely beautiful, a really sort of like pastel color scheme. Every time I look at this, it reminds me of ice cream. I was so excited to own this palette, and I honestly am going to make a confession and say that I don't think I've used this other than the video that I did on it when I first got it. So I will try and find that on my channel if I even posted it, and like link it somewhere down below, up here, I don't know. But at the time I just really loved this palette, but I wasn't sure of the color scheme. Online it looked amazing and I was like, yes, I need it in my life. But I just didn't end up using it, and these colors are beautiful. I don't know what I was on about. I do think I really need to use this palette more. I think it is a beautiful palette. I just feel like it's sort of very one-dimensional in terms of there's only so many looks you can do with a color scheme like this. I do really want to keep it for this sort of grey color and this green shade. I keep saying it has been lost at the back of my collection, and I only really noticed it today when I was thinking about what palettes I want to sort of pull out and have a really good look at and say, am I going to use this? At the time that I bought this, I wasn't really into cool tones, I wasn't really into greens, I was very much just into warm tones, and this palette has a lot of diversity. Obviously, like this color is warm tone, but this is a quite cool tone transition shade. This is a cool tone brown. These shimmer shades are more on the cool tone side. This is a cool tone purple, and this pink is more on the warm tone. So this is a color scheme that was very out of the box for me at the time, but now I think it's something that I will really, really love. So I am going to keep this palette, and I'm going to put it in my everyday makeup drawer and endeavor to use it more. So that is my first palette, and I definitely need to use this more. It is unloved, but the color scheme is absolutely beautiful. So the next palette is the Violet Voss, I keep saying Voss, Violet Voss Flamingo palette. I've spoken about this before, but when I got this, it was again a very hard color scheme for me to try and work out. I didn't know what looks to create with it, and I sort of just pushed it to the back of my collection. And now I'm very much in love with sort of trying out different color schemes, trying out different looks, and this is a palette that really screams to me and I want to use it, but it's just been stuck at the back of my collection and it's very much been unloved. So I do really like blues and greens now, so I feel like I want to do a look with this little section here. And looking at this palette before, I was very overwhelmed, but there is a lot of warm tone shades up here that you could do a look with as well. So I feel like this has sort of just been pushed to the back of my collection and I really didn't even notice it, and it needs a lot of love, so I'm going to put this in my everyday makeup drawer as well and endeavour to use it a bit more. Next is the Too Faced Then and Now eyeshadow palette. So this palette is huge and it was very, very expensive. I don't like it. I got it and I've used it twice. I don't like it. There's not enough mattes. The new formula is really, really chunky for the shimmers, and I really don't like this palette. I'm on the fence about whether I should get rid of it or not, because it was really pricey and it's limited edition, and you know, if I sold it, I don't think I would be able to get like what I paid for it. Like, they look super nice when you swatch them, but these shades are just so chunky. Like, if you can see in the pan how chunky they are, I just don't like this palette. There's no mattes in it. There's 3 mattes in the whole palette. There's 3 mattes, and online it looked a lot different, and I just like, there's literally 3 mattes, and those are the 3 mattes that you get to work with this whole palette. I'm gonna put this to the side. For the moment, I'm not loving it, and I think I might get rid of it, but I'm not 100% sure. I will have to revisit it and decide later. The next palette I have to talk about is the Grease Pink Ladies palette by Solar Look. So this is an all shimmer palette, and I absolutely loved it. I used to use it on a daily basis in conjunction with the Huda Beauty Electric Obsessions palette, and I used to wear the very coral shade, the yellow and the pink, and I used to pair it with some of these peachy colors here. And I really like this palette. I think it's really good. I do think you need a glitter glue to use the shimmers, but that's okay because I don't mind doing that extra step. And I haven't used it in a while, but it's just been lost in my collection, and it is an all shimmer palette, so you know, I don't really reach for all shimmer palettes all that often, but it is beautiful. Like, this blue is stunning. I really like the peachy shimmery shades, and it is a collector's piece, so I am going to keep it and endeavor to use it more. You can still get this one as well. It is just a really beautiful palette. And it is a collector's piece. I really like Grease. So I know Solar Look just came out with the 90210 Beverly Hills palette, or Beverly Hills 90210. I don't know. I've never watched Beverly Hills 90210. It's just not the type of show that like I'm into. But I really like Grease, and I am very excited that I own this. I just need to use it more, but it is a very much loved palette. It's something that I've forgotten about. It's gotten lost in my collection, but I endeavor to use it more. And the final palette is the Urban Decay Kristen Leanne palette. I think I'm ready to let this one go. It has been unloved in my collection for quite some time. I just think that the color scheme is very tricky. It's a beautiful sort of accent palette. Like, this shimmery green and this matte orange were like the main reason that I was keeping this palette, and again, looking at this shimmery green, I'm like, oh my god, I need it all over my lid. But I'm sure that I have a shimmery green like that in my collection, and I definitely have an orange like that. So I don't like this palette. I don't like the layout of it. I like the shades in it, but they don't work together, and I think it's really difficult to create a cohesive look. And I've just sort of been keeping it because it was one of the first high-end palettes that I ever bought. And I bought it when I went on holiday last year, early last year. So for sentimental reasons, I've been holding on to it, but I just, I'm not going to use it, and I think it's time to let it go. So, yeah, that is just very, very unfortunate and very upsetting, because I do love this palette. I don't use it, so it's going to go. Coming back to this Too Faced palette, I think I'm going to do some research about if you can still get it, if anyone else is selling it, how much they're selling it for, and go from there, because I paid a lot of money for it, and it is beautiful, and it's like their anniversary palette, so it does have a collector's sort of sentimental value to it. But I'm not going to sell it if I can't get like close to what I paid for it, because I've honestly used this twice, and it is a beautiful palette, and I'm sure there is a collector out there somewhere, you know, that couldn't get their hands on this palette and really wants it. So if it goes to a good home, I will get rid of it, but otherwise I'll keep it and I'll try and use it more as like an accent palette. But that is gonna go in my research, probably sell if I can find a good home for it pile. I don't have a pile for that, so I'm just gonna put that there. But yeah, so out of the 5 palettes, I am keeping 3 and endeavoring to use them more. So if you want to see any videos using these palettes, then do let me know down below, because I will be happy to do so. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.